Hey everybody. This video is probably going to make some of you mad, maybe not. It all depends on if you're actually open-minded or if you're not. And if you're not open-minded, then it's definitely going to ruffle your feathers. And it has to do with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Blue Lives Matter, and the Back the Blue kind of esque movements. I'm not a fan of any of them. Yep, not a fan of them. I enjoy some of their messages and the messaging on it. I'm not a fan of how people use it and how they use those as tools for oppression and for violence. And I definitely agree with the keynotes if you look at Black Lives Matter on their website. What they say their message is. Police reform, which we definitely need. Judiciary reform, which that's way more of a different topic. That's a whole separate little thing. Education, making sure people have education, making sure people have food, just some other stuff. I can pull up their website. I'm going to link to them and to Blue Lives Matter, and I'm not going to do anything for Antifa or Back the Blue, but just those two. I'm going to link to those. And the reason I'm not a fan of Black Lives Matter is because when you have people that are spokesperson for them tell news media and tell people that it's okay to be violent, it's okay to riot, it's okay to extort people, and it's okay to steal them because it's their reparations or their way to get back at people. Well, the people are trying to extort our small business owners and restaurant owners, and one of them is a minority that fled from Cuba. And if you're unfamiliar with this, it happened in the state of Kentucky, I believe in the city of Louisville. And recently they talked about reparations in Chicago and how theft is reparations. Well, most people you see in Chicago that are looting, some are black, a bunch are white too. Didn't think white people got reparations. I guess they do now. Whatever. It's pretty much against a class. In other words, the rich. But the problem is, when you destroy those businesses, even if they are corporate business, you're not hurting the corporation. That corporation has specific insurance that will back them and cover them. You're hurting your neighbors. You're hurting the people that actually work there and have a job in a pandemic, that have to find a way to put food on their table so they don't have to go to a food bank that closed its doors because they don't have any food, because people have no extra jobs, not very much extra funds, so they don't give much. And this goes into the Back the Blue kind of Blue Lives Matter-esque. They are getting violent, and they are violently opposing Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Antifa is just violent. That's all they are. They're thuggish, they're violent, that's it. They are the violent arm of Black Lives Matter, so to speak. That's what they seem to appear to be. They don't always work in tandem, but when they do work in tandem, Antifa almost always is the group that goes for violence. And you could just watch news coverage of it, and not just MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, C-SPAN, all of that. Just you can go and find multitudes of people that actually show this on varying degrees of Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and on probably TikTok as well. But the fact that you have people that support the police but will not say, no, we really do need police reform, because we should not have jackbooted thugs, which is what we have in a lot of major cities, doing what they do. And it's part of the problem that we have, and it's an arm of the judicial system, because they're tasked to do with things that they were never designed to do. They were never designed to deal with people with mental illness. They were never designed to deal with homelessness. They never were designed to deal with families in strife. But yet, we use them as our jack of all trades. The saying of jack of all trades, master of none, that's exactly what the police force are. We're using them as a Swiss Army knife when, damn it, just use the right tool. But we don't want to use that. We want to go and hate them, just like we want to use Black Lives Matter to cover us in a veil of violence, to be able to use that as a tool to extort people, to use it as a tool to say, well, now we're getting back our oppression. And it's wrong, because the huge majority of people don't feel that way. And it's proof. If you look at all these cities, yes, there are areas that are protesting, but there's also swaths of area that aren't. Probably there's, I don't know, maybe I haven't looked to see. Maybe some of you can help me out there. Millions of people maybe that are protesting, if that, and that's probably a very high estimate. Currently, not, throughout the whole turn. Yeah, there definitely was, because it did start as something, but now it's lost it. Now it has lost it, and now it is boiling down into more anarchy and chaos and trying to make strife and pain and heartache for people that don't want it. And people that do want police reform, I understand it. But you don't get police reform through defunding police. If you think that works, look at our schools. Our schools suck because we defunded them. Because the Republicans used a great way of, well, we can't break up teachers' unions, but you know what we can do? We can make it so that cities have no funds for their public schools. So everybody hates public schools. Same thing. Same thing that we're doing. And there's a lot of talking heads out there that are saying this. Normally only fight them on one side of the aisle. It's not both. You rarely hear, or I have yet to find people that are disparaging of both because they want to stay on one side of the fence and not the other. And to me, this is what being a militant hippie is. Having two differing ideals. Militant part normally means militaristic. Hippie, well, lovey-dovey hippie. I am both. As most of you are out there, you can have a differing opinion that they may not coincide, but you feel that way. I consider myself a conservative socialist. I think the government spends way too much money, but I do believe in government programs. They're wonderful out there. They can help a lot of us out. They can give us hands up, not hands out. So, again, this is me using my voice, and just from what I've been able to understand and see, the movements started off as something wonderful, and instead of that beautiful butterfly that was supposed to come out, it's not. It's kind of I know that there's certain types of snakes and insects that will lay their eggs with a prey, and what happens is once it hatches, because the parent for maternal use nurtures it, and then once it hatches, it devours the parent and all the other babies. That's exactly what Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Back the Blue, and Blue Lives Matter are doing. They have great ideas, and I bet if you talk to a large group of people, they don't hate the police and they don't hate black people, because why would you? That's just stupidity. Live in 2020. Yes, there are racists around. Don't think that there aren't. I'm not saying there aren't, because there are. All it takes is one racist in a semi-powerful position and they can ruin a whole area. It happens with our politicians. It happens with police force. It happens in the judicial system. It happens in jails. They also don't have to be racist. They also could just be no matter what, they want to win. And when your outlook on life is zero-sum game, that nobody else can win but you will do some horrific, dastardly things to put other people down. And we do it to each other because it's part of human nature. But anyways, again, much love to everybody out there. Use your voice, because you have it. Have differing opinions. They're okay. It's okay to use your opinion and speak your opinion. If everybody piles on and is a jerk to you, well, screw them. There are people out there that will listen to you and talk to you as a human being. So, again, much love out there. You guys take care. Bye.